Welcome to Movie World Plus. That's right, it added a plus because we're not just going to talk movies anymore. We're also going to talk streaming and just Hollywood in general. This channel is a place for me to talk about my thoughts on the entertainment industry, offer you guys scoops, but I'm going to do it all from a love of movies. I'm a video store kid, so I'm going to be bringing you video store commentary in a streaming world. And when I saw this headline out there, I had to react. I'm going to play you the clip from the Mark Maron podcast in question. There's actually two clips I want to play you because beyond the fact that Peter Dinklage is just spot on here and calling out Disney's insane hypocrisy, it also just points out the fact that Hollywood in general is so bankrupt of creative ideas. They won't take risks. They're so worried about pleasing everybody that they ignore the fact that they're actually offending certain people. And then they'll just, rely on their IP to just keep regurgitating the same thing over and over again. And I'm just, that's what I'm fed up about. So I want you to hear Peter Dinklage's take here on Disney's live action remake of Snow White.
Well, it's really progressive to cast literally no offense to anything, but I was a little taken back by the they're very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White.
Yeah.
But you're still telling the story of Snow White,
yeah.
Seven Dwarfs.
Sure.
So, take a step back and look at what you're doing there.
Yeah.
I know. That makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that fucking backward story of seven dwarves living in a cave. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. I don't know what studio that is, but they were so proud of that, and all love and respect to the actress and to the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, what are you doing?
What are they doing? What are they doing? He's right on. I'm sure Disney's, and now Disney's going to have to figure this out because this is a headline all over the news today, and he's just right. They were so worried about, and proud of, he's right, so proud of, yes, see, we're changing it up, and Rachel Ziegler is Colombian and Polish, and she got a lot of flack, and a lot of people were like, well, it's Snow White, or, face as white as snow, yada, 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 and she got some backlash, and I think it was unfair. Who cares, guys? Who cares? But she was out there saying, look, I'm not going to bleach my skin. She deleted the tweet. Yes, I'm Snow White, I'm not bleaching my skin. And she was just sort of so proud, but it's like her, Gal Gadot is in it as well. And neither of them are sort of worried or addressing the fact that the movie is offensive to people with dwarfism. It's just an old, out-of-date, ridiculous concept that clearly a legendary actor, Peter Dinklage, who has literally, he deserves so much more credit for the fact that he has made himself an actor, not just the dwarf, not just the elf. He has gone on to create really fantastic roles and can prove that he's beyond just that. So to sort of fall back into the trope of the seven dwarfs, which are these stereotypical, ridiculous dwarfs, what are you going to do? You're going to cast actual people with dwarfism? Is that the only roles that they're able to get now is when Snow White movies come into production? It just opens up like a massive can of worms. While you want to be progressive about this, you don't want to actually deal with the fact that the movie focuses on offensive stereotypes. It blows my mind. And to Rachel Ziegler, look, no disrespect, but it's just like, she came from nowhere and she has this attitude already, like, I can't be stopped. And it just offends me because they cast her as Maria which is a Puerto Rican character. West Side Story is a film about Puerto Rico and New York and the back and forth of the cultures. And the original West Side Story was legitimately offensive in the way they did it with brownface, etc. So here's Steven Spielberg's coming out, again, same sort of idea, proud of the progressiveness of what we're going to do with West Side Story. And he casts someone who's Colombian and Polish. He can't even cast Maria as Puerto Rican, finally? He literally does an open casting call for everyone in the world. Everyone in the world, and he picks a nobody. She's talented, she's pretty, whatever, but my God, he casts a nobody, and in this progressive world that he's so proud of, he couldn't have cast at least a Puerto Rican for Maria, the main character of the film. It makes no sense to me how selective the progressiveness is in Hollywood. They're doing movies now and casting decisions just to please quotas or please, making sure this people aren't happy, but then they're not even recognizing the fact that you're offending the Puerto Ricans. This is a complete slap in their face. And now okay, well, we're not going to go with a white Snow White. Great, but what about the dwarves? Once you start doing this and we stop letting acting be acting, which is what it is, guys. Once we start having to, please, then where are we as a society, as films, as acting? It's a slippery road, and Peter Dinklage just eloquently called out their hypocrisy like no one else could have. Disney, what are you gonna do about this? What's also just related to this? He went off about the new Game of Thrones remake. Now he was talking about the fact that he had an opinion on it. Mark sort of presses, "Oh, what's your opinion on it?"
Just make something different. No, I think it's going to be a really good show because I know the director of the producer of it. We worked on our show. Here. I think it's going to be really fucking good.
That's good,
but they took a risk on our show. HBO did. It's all under all new leadership over there now.
Yeah.
They took a huge risk on our show, and it was a slow start. But why don't they do that again?
Right.
This isn't a risk. It's a proven thing that works.
Well, they're doing it with Succession, I think. They did.
Yeah.
He goes in and talks about Succession, but he makes a completely valid point again of no disrespect to the show. He says he knows the people involved and it's probably going to be a very good show, but they aren't taking the risks. And so many studios, they're not taking risks anymore. They're taking safe bets. They're being safe as possible. But then what's so frustrating is they're just relying on this IP. They're going through their catalog. They're literally making an Aristocats remake at Disney. That movie was cute. Does it really need to make a remake? Why can't they employ people to make creative new Disney stories? And I'll give you an example, one that I think did a very fantastic job of being both progressive and really great, which was Encanto. My family has loved Encanto. We've watched it over and over on Disney Plus. My family loves the soundtrack. We are talking about Bruno all the time here. It's a really beautifully done story, great music. It's by the same creators who did Moana and Wreck-It Ralph, right? Anyway, Zootopia. And I think they did Wreck-It Ralph as well. But here they are, filmmakers who stepped in, brought in other sort of diversity and et cetera to help, and made a very progressive story about a Colombian family. And it's amazing to see a lot of people seeing themselves in that movie. It's not, hit over your head. It's just a Colombian story told well. It's cute. It's fun. The music is catchy. It's just a nice movie. And that's a perfect example of great, good job. Make more of that. Do an original story with characters that people can relate to. My daughter was great to see a Mirabelle on screen because it looked more like her. And I think it is really nice that Disney start doing that more and making just fun movies about, cultures without, making it crazy about, the progressiveness. Hey, we're progressive. No, just make a fun movie and we'll all enjoy it. That movie is now sailing on the charts. I don't even know if you guys have been paying attention, but the Encanto soundtrack is now already surpassed Let It Go. Within TikTok and other communities and families, Encanto has become a huge viral sensation while it's been streaming on Disney Plus. And I say good for them. We need more like that, Disney, and we need less remakes of every movie you've ever made. How are you going to remake these movies in 10 years if you don't keep creating new content? That's what we need. And kudos to Peter Dinklage for calling out Disney's insane hypocrisy. We need more original risks. We need less IP regurgitation. And we need to stop worrying about, pay attention to it all if you're going to do it. And don't forget to realize that, those dwarfs are pretty offensive to people like Peter Dinklage, who think this is a backwards way of looking at things. He's completely right on. So look, I don't know what the state of this is. I'm so done with the Disney remakes. Stop making live action remakes. You did it. You got them all out of your system. How many more are left? We got a few left. I just cannot wait till they run out of the IP, so they are then required to take risks again. When will the studios start taking more risks? Better question, what have you seen recently that was a risk that you think, man, that was fantastic. I need to, please, people, watch this. I'm going to go off Peter Dinklage and recommend you all check out Succession on HBO Max. Fantastic show. So well done on the acting and the writing. Check it out on there. But let's see some more suggestions down in the comments to keep things positive. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe for more commentary, movie punditry, etc. here on Movie World Plus. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, leave a comment, click on these videos as well, and stay tuned for more.